So the next part is we're going to be reassembling the bottom side of a COP 54 Gold hammer. The first piece that goes in is your bit bearing. With your bit bearing, the tall side goes in first. So after the bit bearing, your next thing is the chuck and the retaining rings. You want to make sure you apply a good coating of thread grease, copper coat, on both the splines and the threads of the chuck before installing in the hammer. The retaining rings go on next with the thick side up. And then you screw this entire assembly into the bottom of the hammer. Next, we're going to go ahead and reassemble the top end of our down the hole hammer. This is a COP 54 Gold. The same assembly process will be used on a COP 44 Gold and a COP 64 Gold. The first piece to go in is your piston. All these parts will be oiled heavily before replacing in the hammer. The next is the locking ring. The next piece is the control tube assembly. You'll need to use a rod to pick up the bottom side of the control tube. And sometimes to reinstall the buffer. The next piece is your spring set assembly. Then the check spring valve, the check valve, and the last piece would be the back head. You want to make sure you've got a good thread grease or copper coat on the back head prior to installing. So prior to putting the hammer in operation, you want to torque the back head and the chuck on your bench or your drill rig before putting in the service. For more information on this process, contact your service center or your dealer.